Hello, theorists. I am the first member of the Conspiracy Theory Society, and I welcome you to the newest edition of my channel. Today I'll be talking about Alchemy, as I mentioned in my last episode, which featured the airship of 1897. Alright, and I'd like to add that in, I think about 10 days, I will be leaving to go to Florida, and I probably won't be able to bring my camera stand just because of how large it is. Or just how clunky and oddly shaped it is. But let's talk about alchemy, shall we? Alright. Some medieval alchemists summoned demons to assist them in their discoveries. Others may have been contacted by extraterrestrials. The ancient demonic knowledge or alien science is passed on by certain secret societies today. The essence of medieval alchemy lay in the belief of that certain incarnations and rituals could persuade or command angelic beings to change base metals to precious metals. The seven principal angels whose favor the alchemists sought were Michael, who supposedly could transmute base metals into gold and dissolve any enmity directed toward the alchemist. Gabriel, who fashioned silver and foresaw the future. Samuel, who protected against physical harm, and Raphael, Sachiel, and Enzel, and Cassiel, who would create various gems and guard the alchemists from attack by negative entities. Members of the Caligari were skeptical that the alchemists were truly calling upon angels rather than demons in disguise, and that they recalled the words of the church father Tertullian, who confirmed earlier beliefs that the sons of God referred in Genesis were evil corruptors who bequeathed their wisdom to mortals with sole intention of seducing them to mundane pleasures. Some students of history of alchemy have stated that the crumbling, yellowing records of the alchemists remain in dusty libraries, more than 10 or 100,000 ancient volumes written in a code that have never been successfully deciphered. Evidence disinterred from the alchemist libraries in Europe suggests that certain medieval and Renaissance practitioners conducted experiments with photography, radio transmission, phonography, and aerial flight, as well as the endless quest to transmute base metals into gold. If individuals of exceptional intellect, power, and wealth actually did achieve a high degree of technical accomplishment several centuries ago, perhaps alien life forms established an alliance with some of them as being worthy of receiving the benefits of extraterrestrial super science. Perhaps we have early instances in which the mysterious Men in Black, or MIB, visited a select number of Earth scientists. On December 27th, 1666, when Johann Friedrich Schwarzschild, called Helvetius, was working in a study at the Hague, a stranger attired in all black appeared and informed him that he would remove all Helvetius' doubts about the existence of legendary philosopher's stone, and that could serve as a catalyst to change base metals into gold. The stranger immediately drew from his pocket a small ivory box containing 3 pieces of metal, the color of brimstone and for their size extremely heavy. The man proclaimed that with these 3 bits of metal he could make as much money as 20 tons of gold. Helvetius examined the pieces of metal and, taking opportunity of a moment's distraction, to scrape off a small portion with his thumbnail. Returning the metal to the mysterious stranger, he asked that he perform the process of transmutation before him. The stranger answered firmly that he was not allowed to do so. It was enough that he had verified the existence of the metals to Helvetius. It was his purpose only to offer encouragement to alchemical experiments. After the man's departure, Helvetius procured a crucible and a portion of lead into which, when the metal was in a molten state, he threw the stolen grain that he had secretly scraped from the stranger's throne. The alchemist was disappointed when the grain evaporated and left the lead in its original state. Some weeks later, he had almost forgotten the incident. Helvetius received another visit from the stranger. This time, the man in black transmuted several ounces of lead into gold. Then he permitted Helvetius to repeat the process by himself, and the alchemist converted 6 ounces of lead into very pure gold. Later, Helvetius demonstrated the power of the Philosopher's Stone into the presence of Duke of Orange and many other prestigious witnesses. After repeated demands for such incredible demonstrations, Helvetius exhausted the small supply of catalytic pieces that he received from the mysterious visitor. Search as he might, he could not find the man in all of North Holland or learn his name, nor did the stranger ever visit him again. An increasing number of UFO investigators firmly believe that the certain secret societies behind our terrestrial power structures have been communicating with intelligence from beyond the Earth and receiving guidance from them. Some theorists go as far as to declare that the major improvement in our culture, science, or technology, literally every major turn in humankind has taken throughout history, resulted from the behind-the-scenes alien manipulation. Principals among the secret societies, and the group most often named as the conduit for alien control of world governments, is the Illuminati, founded in 1776 by a German law professor named Adam Weishaupt. Persistence researchers claim to have traced the history of the Illuminati back to the ancient Temple of Wisdom in Cairo. Excuse me. Albertus Magnus, Bishop of Rabbitson, is said to have another alchemist who achieved the transmutation of base metals into gold by the means of Philosopher's Stone. Magnus is also credited with other extraordinary accomplishments. That's it. Including the inventions of the pistol and the cannon. In addition, he reportedly was able to exert a control over atmospheric conditions, once even performing a cold winter's day into a pleasant summer's afternoon, so he and his guests could dine comfortably outside. The tradition has it that Magnus bequeathed the Philosopher's Stone to his distinguished pupil, St. Thomas Aquinas, but before the devout Aquinas had it in his possession, he destroyed it. Fearful that the accusations of Magnus having communed with Satan might be true. Many other alchemists, although never witnessing the legendary Philosopher's Stone's power, achievements, discoveries of lasting value to humanity. Ramon Lelou was credited with the discovery in 1275 of ethoxane, or ether. Paracelsus was the first to describe zinc and various chemical compounds in medicine. Balius de Vergerne discovered the benzoic acid. Discoveries increased during the Renaissance, when such men as Basil Valentine, during the 15th century, discovered sulfuric acid, and Johann Friedrich Boeticher became the first European to produce porcelain. If an ancient secret society of alchemists and alien super scientists developed a technology that have managed to keep hidden from outsiders, the matter of perpetual debate is whether the secret ones were guiding us to a time when they could share their accomplishments more openly, or merely waiting for the appropriate moment to conquer the world. Thank you for watching this edition of the Conspiracy Theory Alliance channel. And next episode, I'll be talking about alien abductions. That should be interesting. Alright, see you guys.